Can you see everything?
Yes.
Okay, we're ready whenever you're ready to start. You should be able to share your screen now.
So the intro,
Yeah, we'll start the introduction first and then share the screen.
Okay.
Can we start now? Rebecca, so are you going to do the intro or like what do you want it to?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Do you want to start the introduction or we can start?
You can go ahead and start and just introduce yourself.
Okay. Hi students. I'm Manju from UNCO Robotics, and I'm happy to share my experience with you all. I grew up in an environment where there is no women in it. Unfortunately, in the last 10 years, things have been changing, and by the time you graduate, we can see more women engineers leading this process. And there is something magical about engineering. We can create many new things out of nothing. And there is no particular gender involved in it. You and I and anyone can do this. And a quick background about myself. I did my engineering in electronics and instrumentation in India. Since childhood, I always had the fascination about the machines and the operations that is being involved in a factory environment. My father, he's a business person, and during his peak career, he was very busy and he hardly spends any time with us. So we always miss that one. And during weekends, usually we get off on Saturdays in schools, and we go to his factory premise and learn how that environment works. So coming back to my graduation, post that one, I joined my family business, and I led the factory floor, and I learned almost 400 products that has been manufactured in his factory. So as a 22-year-old back then, it was an exciting journey for me. And in UNCO, I help build robots, and I closely work with my CTO who does the hardware design. So from that design, I take it to the supplier, and I closely work with him on building the mold for that product. And then from that mold, we take the prototype. So from that prototype, we do a rigorous amount of quality check on the output of the prototype, how it should be and what we are expecting and how it came. And if there is any modification, I'll be closely involved in that and get the prototype perfect. So from that prototype, we will take that to the production team. So there we get the robots manufactured, and then we do a good amount of testing, and till the time it reaches to the customer, I will be closely involved in each and every process. I love hardware, and it is a fascinating world. Not long ago, many of the core engineers of the space program has been led by female engineers. So we can do the same thing for robots as well. And thank you. And we'll be giving a short, quick background on the UNCO robotics through the slides.
In the meantime, questions.
And in the meantime, is there any questions? I can take that up. Till Balaji starts his presentation.
Do you have any questions for her experience in engineering, working with over here? Yes. Where did you go to school?
I did my engineering in SRM University in India.
Any other questions? What has it been like coming to the United States to work in the same field? Have you had much experience yet with that?
I didn't work anywhere in United States, but we started this company, the Inventor Robotics, in India 5 years before, and then moved our headquarters here. Right now, I'm involved in all the business meetings and meeting the customers here, and we still do the manufacturing in India. So only the business team is here in US. Slowly, we are planning to hire a couple of engineers and do the assembly process also here in US, so that it will be easier for the delivery process. So we will be getting the robots from India, and we do the assembly and testing, and then delivering it to the customers.
Any other questions? Okay, I don't think they have any other questions right now.
Thank you.
So just show it. Hi, for the class, we'll show you some of the pictures of the robot. So this is one of our key robots that helps in senior care. The one on the left is the one that we have launched new, called the Mini Mitra. And the one on the right, it's our humanoid robot. So these enable caregivers to provide care to the seniors, and also enable a much higher quality of care. And these are some of the videos of a robot. It is so we have a male version of a robot and a female version of a robot too. We'll show you the videos of these robots moving around in offices. So these can work in tandem, going together, and they can know when somebody is obstructing them. They can also call an elevator and be able to get into that. So the robots are no longer just a sci-fi fantasy. It is a practical one now.
This is in one of our customer location in India. It's in a hotel premise, the chain called ITC. It's being deployed over there.
And so our robots have been in multiple things. So with that, we have been able to scale up this company. And so this robot was launched by Indian Prime Minister Modi and Ivanka Trump.
So this has been done in 2018. So immediately after we launched our robot, we got this opportunity to work with this team, and it has been launched by our president and Ivanka Trump. And any other questions?
I got a few. I gotta think how to word them. How long did it take to like perfect or to get the newest model they have? Like how long did it take to make that?
In terms of your development of the model and getting it to the point where it is, how long have y'all been working it to get it to this point?
This is a continuous process. So we have been doing the R&D continuously for the last 5 years. So the initial prototype, we got it in less than a year. So we got the humanoid robot. So humanoid form factor, we got it in less than a year. And since then, we have been continuously evolving. So it's an evolving product, and we are doing R&D in each and every step. So there is a prototype each year we introduce. So this is the recent, the one on the left is the recent one that we introduced the last summer, this summer, sorry. So this is the one we are going to give it to the customers in US as well. So this is called Mini Matra, and it is smaller in size when compared to the Mitra that is standing on the right. So that is quite 5.5 feet tall. So the one on the left is 3.2 feet. So it is small, and it is it can be easily moved in a narrow corridors and all. So that is the one we are going to deploy soon in US.
Y'all know what R&D means? Research and development. So companies like UNCO and other companies, they will have research and development sections, and that's where all of this work goes on to develop these, and it's an ongoing process, as you can see, a long-term process. Another question? Yes.
Oh, okay. How many are out there right now? Like, how many robots are they distributed?
How many robots?
Either in India or America.
Yeah. How many robots have y'all deployed in India? We don't have any here.
So you are asking how many robots we have deployed in India?
Yeah.
So we have deployed close to 50 robots in India, and we have started that market in US as well too. We have been closely working with a couple of companies here to start the deployment soon. So in India, so we have deployed the robot as such. So we have two models. One is the sale, the other one is the rental. Rental is something like we do rent our robot for events, like a corporate event kind of. So we have done that close to 300 events in India. Across India, we have done that. And around, in that 50 robots, we have even exported to Australia, Singapore, and Middle East. So right now we have started in US as well.
So they're beginning to do their research and their work here in the United States. And if you think about it, the robot, which is very personable. I do have Timmy in our room here, so they've at least got to meet Timmy. We haven't worked with Timmy yet or played with Timmy, but you can see that when you're looking at cultural differences, you notice they had gender differences. So there's a male and there's a female prototype. You have to take all that into account when you're bringing in a robot into a human experience. So that's some of the new things that are evolving in technology. When I talked about being able to have impact on direct human outcomes, that's aspects that have to be considered. And that's why we have to bring together this engineering, this technology, this science, and the human side so that we can make these where they'll be received and they can be maximized in their effectiveness to improve conditions for humans. And here in the United States, we're really focusing on making these robots for aging, individuals who are aging, whether they're going to be in a congregate setting like a nursing home or an assisted living setting, or even if they're in their own home, to being able to provide additional support, safety, social interaction, all of that to help mitigate some of the problems and the negative outcomes we see with the aging process. Other questions? This is a whole new career field that's opening up. And it is a career field where we need women very much involved because women are primary caregivers. We're the ones who are primarily working in those frontline caregiving situations, as well as we're the primary caregivers for our family. So who's going to know best about the human side of the robot? It's going to be the women, because we're just primary caregivers. That's just the fact there. Yes.
I have a question on what was the most challenging research and development?
Okay, one student is asking the question about what did you find most challenging in the research and development of this?
Okay, well, one of the most challenging is the navigation part. that we are still 80% there, but it is a very, very hard problem. So the robot as such, it needs to navigate without any assistance, and it needs to go to all, even the narrow part. If there is any obstacle, it needs to stop. So that is one of the challenging R&D that we have done so far. We have done from the head to toe. We have done a lot of R&Ds, like the movement of hands, the fingers, the eyes, and all those things. But the navigation is one key challenge. We are still evolving in that. So none of the robots in the world have completely finished that R&D. So it is still ongoing process.
Right. And if you think about all the different areas the robot's going to have to navigate through autonomously, they have to be able to, your human brain reads the environment. So their brain has to be able to read the environment to do the navigation part.
Exactly, yeah.
Other questions? Yes. Okay. Can you speak to specific challenges you've had in your career of working with this technology, this engineering, developing things?
Okay, so when we started this company, I was the only woman in this. So when we started, we were 10 people in this team, and only one woman were there. So I was from my childhood, I was closely involved in this engineering side, but not many women that too in India, so they are not involved in the hardware side of that engineering. So we were closely looking out for some of the women engineers, and right now we have 5 engineers apart from me. So the difference in a women engineer is it's very rare to get. So, and we luckily got a couple of engineers from top universities in India, and we are closely working with them as well. And each one is very different. And for example, I can say one of our engineer, so she is from a very low income background from a village in India. So she finished just her school, and she came directly to our office. So she just started her engineering, and she was doing, when she started, she joined our company. So she wanted to have a work experience because of her financial situation. And then immediately, can you hear us?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, okay. So immediately after she joined, so she was very much involved in the electronics manufacturing side. So she will be doing the soldering, she will be doing the testing for the motherboard, all those things she started to learn. So by the time she finished, she was there with us for the last 4.5 years, and right now she's doing her engineering second year. So by the time she will finish, so she'll be doing her even her postgraduate. So she is planning to do only in the electronics engineering side. So she got that experience. So we are very proud to have her in our office. So she got that hands-on experience from UNCO, and even her professors and all those people, they were very much happy that she learned so much from the practical side of engineering. So that is one key. So if you have that practical experience, that is that goes that will take you way forward in the future as well. So yeah.
Do you think that women engineers, women coming, especially into this, because my background's of course in the human services and merging these things together, do you think women bring unique perspectives to the problem solving?
Definitely. I would say that it will. So I see the women as such in their nature, they have that giving nature, they have that one. So women in this segment, they will take it places for sure. So we can see the difference even now. So 10 years before it is very different, and now it is quite different. So in the next decade we can see that there is a change that is happening.
Other questions? Whew, they're quiet this morning. Yes, got one here.
Have they considered bringing the robot into other healthcare situations, like cancer patients or people with disabilities?
Are you considering, I know right now the concentration is on aging and the aging population. Would you then be evolving Matra into a hospital setting, or like a cancer ward, or maybe with individuals who are younger but have disabilities?
Yes. So post COVID is where, so we were initially deploying our robots in commercial, corporate environment. So post COVID, after the corporates and all those offices got shut, so we pivoted our customers to hospitals and senior care centers. So the response there is, initially it was, so we started with the hospital environment. So the response there, initially it was quite different, because any new technology coming into their premise, so it will take some time for them to accept that. So we did a lot of surveys in India, and we took to almost 15 different hospitals. Initially, we took a robot for free just to do that initial survey, just how people, patients, they try to interact with the robot. So initially they face a bit of a trouble, but once they get used to the robot, how it works and how they need to interact, they got a bit familiar. So they used to call to their family members through the video call, and it was like a companion for them in a COVID ward. So where no member is allowed inside that ward. So it was welcoming for them also to interact with the technology there, and to talk to their family members. The same way we are planning to deploy to the senior care centers soon. So, and we are planning to take some surveys also there, how senior members will interact with the robot. It will take some time for sure for them to interact with the new technology, but yes, they will soon be interested and get involved in the evolving technology. So it is just like how computers came 15 years before. So it was very new, and now it is a day-to-day thing. So without a laptop or a system, nothing works. So the same way the robot in a decade, so it will be a part of their regular environment. So that's what we are expecting. So it will be soon. We are a robot in a houses. Very soon it will be happening.
You want a robot in your house? No? Some say they'd like to have a robot, some say not so much. I know the Timmy in my house, it freaked my husband out. He was like, nobody better hop on that, come into our house. And then one thing that, because in working with UNCO here, we were looking at some options to be able to expose individuals to the robot. I have a history of working with Reba McIntyre Rehab Center, so we had talked to them. And one of the barriers in the hospital setting, specifically right now in the United States, y'all have heard about the ransomware, where they go in and they take over the systems, and then the hospitals have to pay money to have their systems released. That particular hospital system has had that happen within the last year. Like for almost 2 weeks, they couldn't access any of their records. People didn't get paid and everything. So they're very they're very, I would say, a little resistant sometimes when you're talking about bringing in technology because they don't understand it. They don't understand how it works. And again, it's that gap between the technology, the engineering, the computer science, understanding that, and then being a person who's operating a human services type sector. So you have, they're going to have to, they have some additional challenges because they've got to overcome some of those barriers that are just inherent in society right now because of some things that have happened and a lack of understanding of how that works. The girls introduced me to a new job title, and I didn't know this existed, and I haven't looked it up yet, but I'm going to, a certified ethical hacker. Never heard of that before. But apparently it's somebody who can be certified to do ethical checks to see if systems can be hacked or whatever. But so there's all kinds of new jobs evolving out there apparently. Other questions? No other questions? I don't think they have any other questions. You have anything else you want to share?
And thank you for giving this opportunity. And it was very nice to talking to you as well, Rebecca. And soon we'll be getting the robot over there, and students can actually interact with the robot, and we can see how their excitement is after seeing the robot.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll get with, I know Denise in the nursing department is just waiting for us to get hooked up. And then when we do, then I can bring the students over there too, and we can experience.
Sure.
We're excited about that, definitely. And I'm excited to hear how Florida went.
Yes, thank you so much.
Anything else?
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
okay.
just trying to wave.
Okay. I think that's all. Thank you so much for doing
you.
this and visiting us. And we'll talk soon.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, see you. Bye.
Okay.